Hi everyone, I'm gonna take you to a channel, okay? It's called Night God 333 because I think this is the best footage of a dragon there is, okay? And the problems with the scripture, and that's why all this confusion is going around. Hi, hello everyone. Let's see this. Okay. Night God 333, okay? He has a great channel. So all credit is to this man here, okay? And why? Because he uses Mr. MBB333. You know that I use this channel of this man many times. And listen and look at this.
Hope you enjoyed the live last night. So, in this video, I wanted to show you the footage of the dragon from Germany. Over all the videos I found, or all the footage I found, this seemed to be the most authentic to me. A German was taking a leisurely stroll. They noticed an anomaly in the sky, began recording. Lo and behold, it seems to be a dragon, at least to me. While watching this, I want you to notice his cadence of his wings, the wingspan, the rhythm, the consistency, because I want to compare it to the live feed from Mr. MBB333's footage of the ISS live feed. To me, they're very similar. I feel like they didn't want to say for sure, and it's obviously you can't say for sure, but watch this footage, then compare it to the International Space Station footage of the anomaly that flew past the camera view. I'm going to go out on a limb, and I will say I believe that they caught a dragon in outer space flying. I know it sounds crazy, but when you see it, maybe you'll agree, maybe you won't, but nevertheless, very intriguing. So make sure you like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and then comment your opinion. I'd like to see what y'all think. Very interested in whether you agree, disagree. Notice in this video the cloud displacement as the dragon flies past the clouds. It takes a second for the clouds to move, and then it kind of they seem to follow him at times as well. The first footage, the first section of footage is kind of far away, but then the next one is closer. I feel like you can see it better in that set. So again, let me know what you think, and without further ado, let's play the footage.
Watch this. This was in Germany.
Just taking a leisurely stroll. Big old range of motion. Big range of motion. Very intriguing.
Look at that.
See the clouds move right there? Right here. Whoosh.
Looks like a giant bat.
That thing's got to have a 40-foot wingspan.
Oh. Wait.
Smooth cruising.
Yeah,
so fluid. Fluid.
Huge bat.
Awesome footage.
See, like a huge bat. Let me stop it there and let me show you this quickly. Okay. Everybody knows who this person is. Herodotus, a Greek historian, geographer. Okay. Now, I want to show you what he wrote. He's a historian. Okay. I want to show you what he wrote. Now, look at this. This is what he wrote, describing things that he saw. Okay. Now look at this. There's a place in Arabia not far from town of Buto where I went to learn about the winged serpents. When I arrived there, I saw innumerable bones and backbones of serpents, many hips and backbones, great and small and even smaller. This place where the backbones lay scattered is where a narrow mountain pass opens in a great plain, which adjoins the plain of Egypt. Winged serpents are said to fly from Arabia at the beginning of the spring, making for Egypt. See? But the ibis birds encountered the invaders in the past and killed them. I think this is the phoenix bird, from Egypt. But look what he says, Herodotus. The Arabians say that the ibis is greatly honored by the Egyptians for this service, and the Egyptians give the same reason for honoring this bird. Now look at this in the next page. Now this is the appearance of the ibis, or ibis. It is all quite black, with the legs of a crane, and a beak sharply hooked, and is as big as a landrail. Such is the appearance of the ibis which fights with the serpents, those that most associate with men, for there are two kinds of ibis. Have the whole head and neck bare of feathers. Their plumage is white, except the head and neck and wing tips and tail, these being quite black. The legs and beak of the bird are like those of the other ibis. The serpents are like water snakes. Their wings are not feathered, but very like the wings of a bat. See? Wings of the bat. And after this, I'm going to show it from the Bible and the scriptures. Please, stay with me. Watch this, please. Till the
So
end.
take note of that.
Origins. This next object is definitely of intelligent origin.
Now he's gonna show Mr. MBB's video from the ISS, the International Space Station. Okay, I use this guy in his channel very much, and please look at the similarities. Watch till the end.
Something mysterious comes very close to the International Space Station. We see these a lot. Mary Hall does an excellent job of finding things that are in the view of the ISS live feed. This thing here appears to have flapping wings. I know that sounds strange. It's hard to even say that, but as you'll see in this video, that's exactly what it looks like. It's from December 15th of 2021. Watch over here from the upper right, coming down to the lower left. It's difficult to tell how close it is. I'm sure it's a
First, it just looked like a light anomaly.
When I first saw it, I just noticed the white light. When I
Must
took
be
a
reflecting the
closer
sun.
look at it, like we're going to do now, I zoom in, I slow down, and I'm going to leave
He
this
does a good job enhancing
entirely
this.
up to you. What
Leaves
do
it
you
entirely
see?
up to you.
I've had other people look at this before I've shared it with you guys, and I didn't say a word, and they said, why does it look like that thing has flapping wings? And I said, that's the question that I had too. So they know.
See what I mean? Yeah, it looks like the other one he showed here.
Noticed it on their own, and I know that based off
Look at
of
this.
what we understand about space,
Look at the range of
that
motion.
this is impossible. But that
Mm.
looks
Big.
like some sort of a
Whoosh.
winged creature flying in.
Let me tell you something. This guy here explains it really, really well, and he's done some investigation.
Space. It's hard to even
In
say.
space, y'all.
So again,
That's a
for me,
drag.
Please, all credit to this guy, Night God 333, and Mr. MBB 333.
conclusions. That's
As far as
a
I'm
video
concerned.
from the International Space Station of yet another object in the proximity, or at least in the field of view of the ISS live
Is
feed.
that?
And here recently, we've been seeing this quite often, this type of activity, at least with regard to white lights. Not necessarily
Look at that.
objects with moving parts in the field of view of the ISS
Right
live
there.
feed.
Woof.
And that clearly
Whoosh.
has moving parts.
As far
Whether
as that
they're
thing is
wings or
off-
not, I don't know. Let's put it this way. Let me rephrase it. It has the personality of a bird that we would see in the sky down here on Earth.
A
Both
big
the
bird.
right and left sides of this thing appear to be moving in unison. They appear to be the same length with each other, just like a bird's wings. But whatever that is, again, I don't claim to know. I'm just going based off of what we see and what we.
Exactly. But when we put both together, listen, all this has to remain as a myth. It has to remain as a myth. Oh, yes. Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. Okay, we're going to the scriptures now, okay? We're going to the scriptures. Now, but before we do that, let's see how many cultures believed in this dragon. You know, Europe, China, perhaps the Americas, Australia as well. No, I've been checking everywhere because I only thought it was the Chinese, the Asian. Not at all. Not at all. See, according to the popular history books, dragons are two distinct cultural traditions. The European dragon, derived from folklore and ultimately related to Greek and Middle Eastern mythologies, and the Chinese dragon, which counterparts in Japan, Korea, and other Eastern Asian countries. Many more. See, dragons have been part of East Asian culture for more than 4,000 years. That's roughly where they date Noah's flood. But please remember that all this, okay, all this and the dinosaurs and dragons is all to do with the evolution, that they don't want us to know the truth. Why do I say this? Excusez-moi. I say this because let me show you a problem with the scriptures. Okay, now, if you go to Job number 40, as you can see, I have here 3 varieties: the ESV, the New King James Version, and the New Life Version. And as you can see, in the New King James Version, the same as the King James and many other more that I have there written down, says, "Look at now, behemoth." Okay, it's talking about a very large, unknown animal. And it says, "which I made along with you." Now, look at this. The New Life Version. "See now the hippopotamus, which I made as well as you." Wow. So here it's a behemoth. It's an unknown large animal. See, a large animal, exact identity unknown. But all of a sudden, in the New Life Version, they have the hippopotamus. Now, for this supposed dragon, Leviathan, okay, you can see here in the New Life Version that they said, "Can you pull the crocodile out of a fish hook?" Supposed to be Leviathan. See, let me show you. See, God's power in Leviathan. Can you draw out Leviathan? A large sea creature, exact identity unknown. But, see, in the New Life Version, it's a crocodile. So we have the hippo and the crocodile. Now, what does it say about Leviathan? What is it? Please, let me show you this. Okay, let me show you this. For starters, they took a book away, see, from the prophet Daniel. It's one of the greatest prophets from the Old Testament. But they took these 2 books away from the book of Daniel, and one of them being Bel and the dragon. See, consists of 2 episodes. In the first, Daniel exposes the deceptions of the hidden priests who have been pretending that their idols eat and drink. In fact, it is the priests who have been consuming the food set out for the false gods. In the second, Daniel destroys a giant serpent that Cyrus believes to be a god. See, a giant serpent. Everything you see here is true. Now let me show you. This is when God told Job about his 2 magnificent animals. We'll get back to Behemoth. Let me show you now the dragon, Leviathan, the snake, serpent-style dragon. Please listen to this. Just listen to this description of what God tells Job, and you make yourself your mind up. You see that we're talking about a crocodile, or we're talking about a dragon. Okay? Now, let's see. Can you draw out Leviathan? We already know. A large sea creature, exact identity unknown. So let's read. Can you draw out Leviathan or Leviathan with a hook, or snare his tongue with a line which you lower? I was telling you, can you can you fish him up? Let's see. Can you put a reed through his nose, or pierce his jaw with a hook? Will he make many supplications to you? Will he speak softly to you? Will he make a covenant with you? Will you take him as a servant forever? Will you play with him as a bird, or will you leash him for your maidens? Will your companions make a banquet of him? Will they apportion him among the merchants? Can you fill his skin with harpoons, or his head with fishing spears? Lay your hand on him. Remember the battle. Never do it again. Indeed, any hope of overcoming him is false. No man can kill it. Shall one not be overwhelmed at the sight of him? So, how many crocodiles are killed by men? Think plenty. So, he's saying that no man can overcome him because it's false. Listen to this. No one is so fierce that he would dare stir him up. Who then is able to stand against me? Who has preceded me that I should pay him? Everything under heaven is mine. This is God talking. I will not conceal his limbs, his mighty power, or his graceful proportions. Who can remove his outer coat? Who can approach him with a double bridle? Who can open the doors of his face with his terrible teeth all around? His rows of scales are his pride. See the scales of the dragon? Don't you see in the movies? They're waiting for the scale to be broken so they can put the arrow through it. Shut up tightly as with a seal. One is so near another that no air can come between them. They are joined one to another. They stick together and cannot be parted. His sneezes flash forth light, and his eyes are like the eyelids of the morning. Out of his mouth go burning lights. Sparks of fire shoot out. I really don't see the crocodile doing that. See? Why would God explain these two magnificent animals which he said that he made along with you, with man? See? Why? A hippopotamus and a crocodile? This is the problem we have in the scriptures. These translation things. And of course, the people are not gonna find their dinosaurs. They're gonna make themselves up. Okay, so evolution and this can go together. Of course, evolution teaches you that dinosaur and men, because of the billions of years ago, they didn't coexist. So let's carry on with the explanation and the description of these great, magnificent animals. Right about here, sparks of fire shoot out. Huh? Smoke goes out of his nostrils, as from a boiling pot and burning rushes. His breath kindles coals, and a flame goes out of his mouth. Strength dwells in his neck, and sorrow dances before him. The folds of his flesh are joined together. They are firm on him, and cannot be moved. His heart is as hard as stone, even as hard as the lower millstone. When he raises himself up, the mighty are afraid, the mighty men. Because of his crushings, they are beside themselves. Though the sword reaches him, it cannot avail, nor does spear, dart, or javelin. Look at this, look at this. He regards iron as straw, and bronze as rotten wood. The arrow cannot make him flee. Slingstones become like stubble to him. Darts are regarded as straw. He laughs at the threat of javelins. His undersides are like sharp potheads. He spreads pointed marks in the mere. He makes the deep boil like a pot. He makes the sea like a pot of ointment. He leaves a shining wake behind him. One would think the deep had white hair. On earth there is nothing like him, which is made without fear. He beholds everything high. He beholds every high thing. He is king over all the children of pride. See, what's he talking about? Fire coming out of his mouth, nothing can withstand him. He makes the deep boil. See? Come on. Come on. Maybe he's talking about this. He's talking about something like this. Yeah? Yeah? He's talking about something like that. But, oh, not true, because, see, it wasn't a myth after all. See, if the world's only young, 6,000 years ago, Noah's flood is what took all these magnificent beasts away. Okay, the one who survived, Noah took the smaller ones. The larger ones stopped existing in this world. Okay? When the flood waters receded, all the lakes and the rivers were made. So any dinosaurs that used to live in the water and the waters receded from the flood, it stayed in those lakes. You think for many thousands of years, no, many hundreds of years, this myth of the Loch Ness Monster, come on. Probably somebody saw the authentic one, but everybody knows that this photo is fake. But the word myth, how can something come to mind? There must have been a truth in the start of every story. Always. No? Yep. Dinosaurs made themselves in the ark. The rest that survived when the ark, they went extinct by man, as you see nowadays with animals. They go extinct because of man. No asteroid. There's no evolution. See? They take this book away from Daniel. He's explaining about killing a dragon. Who took these books away from the Bible? See? They will find anything to say, we're all crazy here. None of this is real. Of course, if we have this translation problem in the Bible, this is what I mean about when I made the video about hell. It has the same problem. See? Everybody says, and where is dinosaurs in the Bible? The dinosaurs were millions of years, and the time of Noah's flood and that is about 4,000, say roughly 5,000 years ago. See? They cannot say that all this is real. They can't. You imagine? Wow. Listen. You get the ESV version that I have that Bible too. See, I have this Bible. I have it right here. Oops. See, my auntie brought it from England for me. Brand new. See? Brand new in its case. But let me tell you something. Look at this, okay? It doesn't say hippopotamus. It says, behold, behemoth, which I made as I made you. Like saying, behemoth that I made, as I also made you and the ants. No. If you get the other version, okay, from the King James, go down to 15. Look at now the behemoth which I made along with you. I made it along with you. See the difference? They will say, nah, that's more or less meaning the same. No, it's not. No, it's not. See, there are many religions that go along with the Big Bang and all this. So they have to change stuff. See, they have to change stuff. See, I did a question here. Did dinosaurs live with humans? Look at this. No, but in big, with an exclamation mark here. After the dinosaurs died out, nearly 65 million years passed before people appeared on Earth. Asteroid burnt everything. They went, and all of a sudden, the Earth kick-started again by itself. Mother Nature. Mother Nature. There wasn't a Virgin Mary. It was a Virgin Earth. And all of a sudden, at the birth, and we're all here. Mother Earth. Can you see the evolution? They say Mother Earth, Mother Nature. Oh, it's Mother. Whose father? Can you see this is all linked up? This is part of everything. Come on. Come on. See, everywhere you look. Let me tell you something about this. Okay? I've shown you now the description. Okay? Or Leviathan. Now, let me show you a few things here. Okay. Now, you see this kind of beasts. There are many kinds. Okay, there are many kinds. I don't know which one is the description of behemoth. Could be from the sauropod, theropod, but it was huge. Okay, it was huge. Here in the Britannica Encyclopedia says in general the sauropods were distinguished by the huge size, long necks and tails, small heads, columnar legs, and heavy solid limb bones. Please, let's read this. Where is dinosaur in the Bible? Here it is. Come on. Now look at the behemoth. Remember, a large animal, exact identity unknown. Okay? Which I made along with you, along with mankind. You know? He eats grass like an ox. See now, his strength is in his hips. You see the dinosaurs, you know, the theropod uses his hips to stand up, eat from the trees. You know, you've seen in the film Jurassic Park. Eh? Now his power is in his stomach muscles. He moves his tail like a cedar. So, if this is a crocodile, and this is a hippopotamus, see, in this version, see now the hippopotamus. See, and everything is the same, which I made as well as I made you. So that changes as well. He eats grass like an ox, it's the same. See, his strength is in body. Actually, it says his hips. His power in his stomach. He moves his tail like a cedar tree. Like a cedar tree. So we have that correct. See, here. He moves his tail like a cedar. Now, how can it be then this? Hippopotamus. A hippo. See, look at the hippo here. Look at the tail. How small. Now, look at the cedrus. This is the cedar tree. Okay? Cedrus trees can grow up to 30 to 40 meters, occasionally 60 meters. Look at this. That's a cedar tree. Saying that his tail moves like a cedar tree. I don't see that cedar tree. Nor the giraffe, nor the animal. I don't think God is going to take his time to sit down Job and tell him, you know, if you see the whole animal kingdom, you know, there are panthers, lions, and magnificent animals. He's going to take all that to explain a hippopotamus and a crocodile. Just to take the exact description out of the way so nobody believes. See? He moves his tail like a cedar. The sinews of his thighs are tightly knit. His bones are like beams of bronze. His ribs like bars of iron. It's not that. It's not explaining that. No. He has a cedar tail. Excuse me. Right. This is the image of the Titanosaurus, or Titanosaur. That's a gold titan skeleton display. Field Museum, Natural History. Okay? Now, it must have been maybe a bigger version of this one. Okay? The first one. And you see his ribs. Yeah. Limbs. Like brass of iron. See? His bones are like beams of bronze. His moves like tail like a cedar. And now we can see the cedar there. What? Look at his tail. That's not from the hippo. See? No, the giraffe. It's a cedar. a cedar tree. A cedar. A cedar tree. Let's go on with the description. Okay, his bones are like beams of bronze. His bones, beams of bronze. And this is the smaller version. I'm totally sure that we haven't discovered the bones of the authentic behemoth. His ribs like bars of iron. Now look at this. He is the first of the ways of God. He is the first of the ways of God. Was this magnificent animal. The first version of this whole humongous eating green grass vegetarian dinosaur. Only he who made him can bring near his sword. Like only God can kill it. Surely the mountains yield food for him, and all the beasts of the field play there. He lies under the lotus trees, in a covert of reeds and marsh. We know that those kind of dinosaurs used to live in those areas. There's a marshland in the middle of Africa. 70% is not even checked by other men. The tribes there won't let nobody in, and they say that they're still living dinosaurs there. What? The lotus tree, see, the lotus trees cover him with their shade. The willows by the brook surround him. Indeed, the river may rage. Look at this. The river may rage, yet he is not disturbed. Of the tremendous size, he is confident. Through the Jordan gushes into his mouth. And when he opens the mouth, the Jordan gushes inside. Imagine the big mouth of the bigger version of this. Huh? And it's not disturbed. Though the Jordan gushes into his mouth, though he takes it in the eyes, or one pierces his nose with a snare. Come on. See, that's behemoth. A large animal, exact identity, extinct, the same as Leviathan. Same as Leviathan. A large sea creature, exact identity unknown. Sea, serpent, dragon. And the rest of the dragons came from him, from Leviathan. Many people say that there are the serpents, smaller ones than that, were parasites of this humongous beast. No, parasites. I don't know. What I do know is that they were humongous. Look at them. Humongous. Tail as a cedar tree. Look at those necks. The strength is in his hip. I wouldn't be able to. Wouldn't be able to walk. That's not a hippo. all the great animals are there, and it's gonna explain. That's explaining a hippo. But we have it in the Bible here: hippopotamus and crocodile Folevithian. And this is the NLV. I have it in many more. See? Go to the CEV. Here. See? Go down to 15. Yeah, I created both of you and the hippopotamus. I created both you and the hippopotamus. Of course, God created everything: the hippopotamus, me, stones, the rocks, the sand. See, the point is that in the other versions, in many other versions that I have it here, it says that he created it along with you. Along with you. We even have it in the New International Version. See? The NIV. Where is it? NIV here. Go down to 15. See? Look at behemoths which I made along with you. See, it's the definition there. He made it along with us. It wasn't separated by billions of years, and then we came into existence. See? We have the story of a book of the Bible that was taken away from the Bible called Bel and the Dragon. And they say that the prophet Daniel There's none like him. There's none like him. No. But they take this book away. It tells of the Jewish hero Daniel who refuses to worship the god Bel and kills the dragon, thus being forced into the dens of lions. Why have they taken this book away? While explaining that he actually killed a dragon. Why? See now we're getting at. And this is the problem about this translation, about the Bible and stuff. Then Herodotus, this great historian, he writes that he sees one of those serpents, and they actually have wings of a bat, like the one that we can see here. Oh, look at that. Come on. No, it's strange. Yeah. And then you see all the complications that everybody puts in the Bible. Of course. Many people question the scriptures. I was one of them. See, human and dinosaur fossils have never been found in the same geological strata. Dinosaur fossils date 60 million years earlier than human-like fossils. Human-like fossils were found in strata dated 60 million years ago, while dinosaur fossils were found in strata dated 6 million years ago. Listen, when the flood came, you can see the dinosaur bones is because of the sizes. You really think you're going to find human bones after that flood? I don't think so. It's going to be buried down there and for about 5,000 years. No way. And maybe they found, but they're not going to display. They're not going to put it in the news. Have everybody now confused. See what I mean? So, if you want to check out a bit more about this, Dr. Kent Hovind, that everybody thinks that, he's talking nonsense. Listen, of course, he's saying truth. Everybody that says truth is saying nonsense. But he can explain better about the dinosaurs, about the flood. Come on. Explain that Simpson. There wasn't any millions of years ago. It's when they carbon date the stuff. They get it from C14 carbon. That's the exact material that the volcanoes let go. So if those bones have been there for many hundreds and thousands of years, how much has it been contaminated with volcanic ash and other assumptions to add to it? They don't take anything away. They just scan it, and from there they date it. What's funny is that the expand of life with carbon dating, it only reaches till 5,000 years, then it cannot go anymore. Roughly when the flood happened. Big coincidence. You can check it out. Wow, don't listen to me. Me? Wow. Don't listen to me. Noah's flood never happened. Yeah. Mr. Durupina site. Yeah. The boat formation, exactly what the Bible says, exactly the same length in the mountains of Ararat. Just a few kilometers in the side, we find all these anchor stones. Yeah. To stabilize the boat. Yeah, in the same locations, the Bible says. Wow. No. So showing you a bit of the problems the Bible's been having. That's why people are confused. Yeah. It's only that.
Right here. Whoosh.
Is this real? The world doesn't have, I think, about 2 billion Asian people that are crazy, that think that they know that exists. So they're all crazy, and we're not. Of course. The world has billions of years. How can dinosaur, dragon be? They can't. Yeah, they can't. They can't. Mankind will start questioning everything. So they can't. I mean, many people maybe know that this is true and that, but they just want to carry on and make it not believe because they are already comfortable with this life and what this technological life is giving them. With all these gadgets and stuff, people want this life. The Bible prophesied this. The great falling away from God is happening in front of our eyes, but everything's wrong. The prophecy is happening in front of your eyes, and it's wrong, right? It's wrong, eh? Yeah. I used to think that as well. Yeah. Mm. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna leave it here. Just wanted to put that there, so people can see, just a simple thing, what confusion it can make because I always had that on my mind, as the Bible say about dinosaur. The word dinosaur isn't there. But dinosaur in those days couldn't be there because the actual word dinosaur, I think it was in 1480 something. The word dino and sauros, its meaning of gigantic reptilian animal, are put together into the alphabet, into the dictionaries, and it was made. So 2,000 years ago in the scriptures, the word dinosaur couldn't have existed, so you won't find it there. But you find behemoth, leviathan, dragon many times, So, yeah. Excusez-moi. 40. Okay. So catch you in the next video. Okay. I have plenty more to say, and that's I'm not gonna stop, and nobody's gonna stop me. Only God is with me. Don't you ever even try and find anyone, because God is with me. And nobody can be against me. Yeah. No, the black people behind the black curtains. These dark people. Yeah. Bring it on. anything for God. And still, I'm not perfect. I still have a long way to go, but I'm starting to change things before I thought I could never change. So I advise you all to do the same. Please don't leave it till last. I'm still struggling. I need help. I need help. Everything to do with God, in scriptures, in learning, that kind of help. So, anybody wants to have a discussion, my house is invited, open to anyone. Come here to my house, we have some tea, we can eat something, let's go over a few things. Yeah? Love you all. Bye bye, God bless, and God bless Yeshua HaMashiach. That's his real name. Bless.